Happy New Year and welcome to 2021. I'm Dr. Laura Jaggett and you're listening to the How to Life podcast. This is episode 36. I decided to start the year off by doing a solo show today. I want to sort of ease into the new year by talking about resetting. Resetting in the sense of starting over, pushing the reset button. It's a term that means when things are spinning out of control or you need a break or you just want to stop and move in a different direction, you take deliberate action to stop what you don't like or stop the way it had been going and then pivot in a new direction. It's like stepping on the brakes to avoid hitting something. You do it in sports all the time. You slow it down to change the pace or break the rhythm of your opponent. You change the game plan if it's not going well. You can, of course, do this anytime. But the new year always seems like a good time to begin again. Make that resolution, buy that gym membership, write out your goals list, hit the reset button. 2020 is over. Yeah, it felt like a downward spiral for a while, but now it's time to pull up and level out. Have you ever been in a downward spiral? Have you ever been in a negative place and you keep replaying the same story in your head and then you just stay there? Have you ever had a day where things just kept going badly, like one thing after another? You've probably heard or even experienced the advice to go to sleep and you'll feel better in the morning. That is very true. Have you noticed? Have you ever wondered why? It's because when you sleep, you're no longer looking at what's bothering you. You're no longer focusing on it. Have you ever gone to sleep sad or worried, and upon waking, you're sort of disoriented, but not so balled up as you were before you closed your eyes? Be honest. Try to remember a time like that. Remember that you felt better at first? In those first few moments, you at least felt neutral, which is a big step up from where you were vibrating before you went to sleep. Well, I was just coming to, you might argue. Yeah, but you also escaped from the discomfort of your reality, and didn't that feel good for a while? And even if it only lasted from the time you opened your eyes until the time it took you to walk to the bathroom to brush your teeth, you managed to stop negative momentum and pivot toward relief. Which means, if you recognize that this is a way to feel better, you can use this technique to find your way to that better feeling place anytime, several times a day if necessary. Reset. So how do you reset? How can you do it on purpose? How do you know when to reset? Well, let's start with the first thing. How do I know when to reset? For many people, it's when they are in crisis that they decide something needs to change. But it doesn't have to be like that. Drama is not required. It starts with self-awareness. Here's what I ask myself. How am I feeling? I do an emotions check. That might sound weird because many people think that emotions are cut and dry. You're happy or sad or angry or depressed. But there are many shades of each emotion. It's a scale. Where are you on the scale of the emotion that you're experiencing? Being self-aware is important because if you aren't paying attention to how you're feeling, you can unravel pretty quickly. But if you're feeling a little off balance and you catch it early, you can stop that momentum more easily and head in a new direction more easily. That is the reset. So how do you reset? Well, first, you have to realize and intend to reset. There are many ways to do this, and here are 7 tips you can try. The quickest way to stop the way it's going is to shut it down and take a nap. It's not just babies who are having a meltdown that need to be put down for a nap. It works that way for everyone. A 10-minute nap will do wonders for you. It's enough time to get yourself moving in a different direction quickly, and it doesn't require any skill. Number 2 is meditation. You're not actually asleep, but you are shutting out the noise. You're quieting your mind and focusing your attention on something else. Something subtle like your breathing or the whirring of the HVAC or nature sounds. This requires some practice and deliberate focus, but you're already focusing on what you don't like anyway, so why not just change directions? Number 3 is exercise. Going to the gym, lifting weights, punching the heavy bag, For me, nothing is quite as satisfying as hitting a heavy bag or mitts. Going for a run or playing your favorite sport, that change of scenery, change of mental awareness will definitely make you feel better. Number 4, reading a book. Escape into a good book. It's great for the soul. Number 5 is music. Listening to music, singing, dancing. Feel the energy of the music. Now, if you're sad, don't listen to sad songs. You have to be selective here, but music can move the soul. Number 6, playing with your pets, pet time. Letting your pet love you and loving your pet in return. They are so unconditional. They want to love you. Let them. And number 7, laughing. TV sitcoms, movies, comedy club, comedy playlist, hanging out with your funniest friends. As cliche as it sounds, laughter really is the best medicine. The goal is to walk away from it for a while. Distract, distract, distract. But isn't that denial? Isn't that running away from the problem? No, it's neither. It's giving yourself a break to regroup and approach the problem or issue from a new perspective. You'll have a clearer mind and fresher eyes. Take a step back and reset. So this year in 2021, I want to get out ahead of it. So I have a macro reset. I'm going to make a new goals list for this year. I've done this every year since 2014, I think. I'm going to review my 2020 goals, which were written in January of 2020, and I'm going to see how I did. If I need to fine-tune, edit, or delete something for this year, I will do that. My experiences in 2020 will determine my goals for 2021. From that, I then make my first quarter goals list. Those are the things on the year goals list that I'd like to achieve first. It just helps narrow it down, and it allows me to focus a little bit better. And from that, I make a monthly goal list, and then a weekly goal list if necessary. Sometimes I even make a daily goal list if it seems too big and it tends to throw me off. You want to break everything down into small, manageable pieces. That's the best way to not get thrown off track. But in honesty, life happens and things happen, and it's easy to get thrown off track. But if it does happen, just be aware of it and simply shut it down as quickly as you can. No need to perseverate, no need to be stoic and stick it out. Reset. This constant checking in with yourself will help you stay on your path to completing your goals and have fun along the way. Let's get off on the right foot. What makes you feel better? Is there something not on this list that you would like to share? If so, let's hear it. Send an email to drlj@howtolife.com or send a DM on Instagram @howtolifenow, or you can leave me a voice message on my website, howtolife.com. If you have just discovered this podcast and you like this topic, I have some other episodes to recommend that I think you will also enjoy. Episode 8, Balancing Your Emotions, and Episode 20, The Importance of a Well-Rested Mind, Body, and Soul. Both will help you get on the path of being able to reset at will. Thank you for joining me again as we begin year 2 of the How to Life podcast. If you haven't already, please subscribe and you will never miss an episode. A new one is released every Tuesday. And when the feeling hits you, please hit that 5-star rating button. That, as well as a kind review, helps this podcast get more exposure and reach more people. I am on a mission to help take the fear out of adulting. I would like to help as many people as I can. Let's all join our energy into making 2021 head in a better direction right from the start. Let's all set that intention. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be happy and be easy about everything. Don't worry, you got this.